In this video I would like to explain about improving software economics. This is the unit 2 of your syllabus. Okay, so actually for estimation of any software cost is very difficult. It is very difficult. So to improve our any software cost, that is software economics, so there are several factors are depended. So those factors are first reducing the size or complexity of what need to be developed, and second one is improving development process, and third one is more skilled personnel, and fourth one is using better environment, and fifth one is achieving required quality. So again I said that. So first one is size, and second one is improving process, and third one is personal, and fourth one is environment, and fifth one is quality. Okay, so now we will discuss about one by one in this video. First we discussed about the size. So by reducing the size we have to improve the software economics. Okay, so first of all we how to reduce the product size. Okay, to reduce the product size, so there are again several factors are dependent. So those factors are by choosing the language. Okay, first one is language, and second one is object oriented methods and visual modeling. Okay, third one is reusing components, and fourth one is commercial components. Okay, these are the different areas to reduce the software product size. So again we will discuss one by one. So first we go for the languages. So for any software, whatever the language you have to choose, so depending upon, so we decide the size of the product. Okay, so suppose in this table we decide in this table there are several languages and several source lines of code for our software, any software. Okay, for our single software. Okay, so for suppose we choose the assembly language, there are 320 lines of code. Okay, and C language 128, Fortran 77, 105, COBOL 85, 91 source lines of code. So like this, so we see this table for Java or Visual Basic language, so there are less number of source lines of code. So that's why these are the better languages, so to reduce the size of the software. Okay, so and second one we go for the object oriented methods and visual modeling. So whenever object oriented programming languages comes under the software productivity, so here to improve the, first of all here the softwares are improve the quality of the product. So once the UML, unified modeling language, so we enter into the market, so to improve the quality of our projects or softwares. So why there are the 3 points to improve the software quality in the applying object oriented programming languages. So those are, first one is object oriented model of a problem and its solution encourage the common vocabulary between the end user of the system and its developers. So the main importance in the software object oriented language is it provides the common vocabulary between the end user of a system and its developers. Okay, so and second one is, so here there is a continuous integration is occurred. So by using this continuous integration we will recognize the early phases, early risk early. Okay, so and make corrections are also easy. And third one is object oriented languages provides a architecture. So by using this architecture we can clear separation among the different elements of the system. So these are the 3 main benefits we are using object oriented methods. Okay, so first one is common vocabulary between end users and the developers, and second one is, so here there is a continuous integrations occur. By using this continuous integration we can easily identify the risk in the early phases. So solutions and corrections for those risk is also improved. And third is object oriented languages provides a architecture. By using this architecture, we will provide a clear separation among the different element of a system. Okay, these are the three benefits to by using the object oriented methods. Okay, and third one is reuse. So once we are using the reusable components, so we can improve the economics, so that is we can reduce the cost of the product. So there are the following characteristics to use the reusable components. So reusable components have economic motivation for continuous support. And next one is they take ownership, improving product quality and adding new features, and also transitioning to new technologies. And third one is they have sufficiently broad customer base to be profitable. So this is the three benefits we are using the reusable components. Once again I repeated, so it is a economic motivation first is, and second is improving the product quality and also adding new features and transitioning to new technology. And third one is they have sufficiently broad customer base to profitable. Okay, so this graph shows that suppose the first product, suppose here number of projects reusable components in x-axis and development cost is y-axis. The first one is project solutions. First project solutions, suppose this solution is comes under n dollars and m months. And similarly the whatever the products and whatever the programs are utilized in the project 1 solution, those programs are reusable in the projects 2, and so on and so on. We are using the reusable components so that we can improve the economics. And also we can reduce the time of the product. Next one is fourth one is commercial component. So by using this commercial components and custom components, we can improve the performance of we can improve the size, we can improve the economics of the product. Okay, so there are in this table we define some advantages and disadvantages of both commercial components and custom components. Okay, so in the commercial components, the advantages is predictable license cost, broadly used mature technology available now. Next dedicated support organization. Next hardware software independence, rich in functionalities. Okay, the main benefits of the commercial components is, so there is some predictable license cost. These are broadly used and mature technologies available now. Dedicated support for organizations, hardware independent and rich in functionality. So these are the some benefits of the commercial components. And go for the disadvantages. So it is frequently updates and license upfront license, recurring maintenance fees and dependency on vendor. Okay, functional constraints, and then multiple vendor incompatibles. So these are the some disadvantages of the commercial components. And go for the custom components. So in this custom components, there is a advantage is complete change in freedom. So smaller, often similar implementation, often better performance, control of development and enhancement. And disadvantage is expensive and unpredictable development. Okay, unpredictable available date, undefined maintenance model, often immature and fragile, single platform dependency, drain on effort resources. So these are the first topic. So to reduce the size by improving the software economics. Then next video we discussed about improving the software process. Okay, thank you.